New York Comic Con special.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Podstars. I'm Zach, and we're going to talk about Comic Con.
Who else is here, Zach?
So we're going to talk about Rob's experience at Comic Con.
Oh, I don't want to go first.
You want to go first? Yeah, actually, no. You shouldn't go first. You're pretty negative. Isaac, tell us what you did.
Alright, so I went to 2 panels.
By the way, he was Finn.
Yeah, I was Finn for Comic Con.
I was excited.
They would know.
You look pretty good.
They would know if they follow our
Instagram.
But if you don't follow Instagram, a lot of
Yeah.
people don't.
But I went to, the person I went to about that one first was the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So I got into Comic Con and my brother decided to do Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's on Series 5. And
Season 5.
Season 5. So season,
It's okay.
it's on Season 5 and we got into
Say
the...
brother.
Brother. It was the first panel I had gone to that wasn't actually at the Javits Centre. It was off-site. Like, they'd done loads of panels off-site because I think the volume of people came in and the amount of panels they had to just accommodate for just so much more space. The entire centre was just reorganised in a different way.
How far did you walk for that?
15 minutes. It was a Madison Square Garden theatre.
Wow.
almost a mile.
Yeah, almost some miles. But when we arrived, we actually had enough room to get into it. Like, we'd gotten there maybe 5 minutes before the panel started, and they still had open seats for us.
That's good.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
I wonder why for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm just saying.
The facts.
These guys don't like the show. I do adore the show.
I'm going to give it a second chance.
wait.
Yeah, I'm
going to give it a second chance because I saw a season 1 through 4 trailer.
Okay.
And it was
Like
like
a recap?
yeah, and holy shit, like that looks good.
Is it Ghost Rider or just in general?
It just in general because they had Ghost Rider. It was matter of fact it was a season 4 recap, not a season 1 through season 4 recap. So it goes to Ghost Rider and then the LMDs, and it looked really good.
Just explain what the LMDs are.
LMDs are life model decoys. They're basically like robots that look like superhuman that people use when like for high value targets and stuff like that. So like the president might have one, so in case like he gets assassinated or he needs to be in two places at once.
Nick Fury has like
Director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
So
like his
Good, because I didn't know what the hell he was talking about.
they have
the
needs.
I didn't know that.
The
But
decoys.
anyway, yeah.
Alright, so they actually started off the panel with Jeff Loeb having a little talk about, oh, you guys are the fans, you guys made this fucking show for us, you're wonderful. The whole, long...
Stroking the
ego of the audience. But they introduced the cast, and then, like you said, they didn't do a panel, they didn't do a trailer for like Series 4, they did one for like 1 through 4. So they said, okay, we made it this far, we're all fans. It wasn't a long panel, but seeing the characters, the actors who play the characters was tremendous. Like, they're all funny, they're all great people, they're all, for some odd reason, in love with Henry. Henry's like the biggest black guy you've ever seen. He's like 6'4", he's like loads of muscle, he's a great guy.
He's on the show?
He's on the show, yeah.
The bald guy?
Yeah, the bald guy.
Yeah.
But they were talking about when the actors we'll show you the panel because after a while they didn't do much outside like showing the trailer for the 1 through 4 series, and they said, okay, we'll take fans' answers. So
did you ask a question?
I didn't ask a question. No, they did like a very small amount of people to ask questions.
If you were to ask one, what would you ask?
I would have asked, how do I get into acting?
Oh,
'Cause, like,
that's a good answer.
Yeah, they are like gold, man. Like I'm not sure if his name is Henry or Hank, but the actor who plays Mac is one of the greatest actors I've seen. Like, especially because he's black, and I feel like I really do relate to characters like that. It just resonates with me that they can make it, and they can make just a name for themselves with those sort of things.
Why do you relate?
Oh, because he's a big black guy. I'm a big black guy.
You're a little black guy. You're skinny.
Oh, that hurts. You know what?
How about you're fit? That's much
He's been
better.
getting gains. He's been gaining.
Yeah,
He do backflip, man. That's crazy.
I'm working on it.
Yeah,
I'm working on my Mac goals. I do gymnastics.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I do gymnastics.
Wow, this guy's been on the show
Hollywood.
for how long?
Get him, so that way we can go to his screenings.
Invite the crew. But again, a fan asked, can we get a preview of Series 5? And they said, all right, if I forgot the actor's name, but if Fitz makes out with like the guy, then they'll say, okay, well then we'll show you the trailer. But then he's like, oh, I'm not going to do that, but I'll make out with Jeff Loeb. So he goes over, like the actor who plays Fitz goes over to Jeff Loeb. You all know Jeff Loeb.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, he goes over to him, like kisses him on the mouth. Jeff Loeb falls over, and like he gets back up and like, all right, I'm still spinning from that stuff. But we'll show you Series 5, and we'll show you like 20 minutes of it.
Wow, that's awesome.
It was amazing.
That's a lot of fan service.
The opening, yeah, it was really good. Like they are just tremendous people, wonderful, funny, like very, very into like the fans. They do love like crowd pleasing. It's wonderful to know that there's actors who give a crap about their fan base and their audience, the people who help make them. Because people like you guys, as you may not know, these guys don't like Agents of Shield. So they said,
Did we address that before?
well, they said that if we wouldn't have this show if it weren't for you guys. You know, there are people showing up. I am droning on quite a bit. I don't want to go into what the 20-minute preview was. Just know that I really did enjoy it. But it was just a wonderful treat because I expected like 5-minute preview. We got 20 minutes of the first episode. I did like the fact they did that.
I do have to say, we were talking off air, and you were telling me a little bit what's happened in the 20-minute episode preview, and it's definitely piqued my interest. Definitely to give the show another shot.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna jump in.
Try.
Season 2.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. I'll probably watch the last 5 episodes of season 1.
Or season 3. Yeah, I don't want to see when they have the Hydra stuff.
I think that's good though because it does. I don't want to go into politics and nonsense, but it does do for a good story.
Okay.
It really does.
All right.
So what's the other thing you did? We were talking about it in a big show that me and you both follow. You went to the Magician's panel, right?
Yes, I went.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, again, New York Comic Con had loads of panels off-site. So after the Shield panel had ended, I had walked over to, unfortunately, the wrong direction to go to the next panel, which was the Magician's panel. I got there a bit late. They did show a preview for that show too, although it was 5 minutes. When I got there, they were basically asking fan questions by the end of it. I was there at the tail end of it. So them having the cast like talk to the audience, that was really good too, because they're another cast of people who just really, really care about their fans. Like the audience was talking about their depression and like how they felt, how they resonate with the show and the books. Like they really did connect with the actors, and the actors admitted to the audience, like, oh, you know, I do deal with depression. I do deal with these sort of things. Getting into character isn't easy. Like I do have to embrace like the past trauma I've had to create these characters who experience trauma in the show. So having actors who generally just, you know, have these sort of own baggage that they have to bring to the character gives them that much more depth, much more than like some two-dimensional character you may see on like some network television series.
How was the show?
Oh, it's fantastic.
It is a really good show.
Oh, it's one of my favorites.
The one with
the Magicians, yeah.
Rebecca Romaine Stamos?
No, I don't know the actress's name.
Right.
I know that all the I can off my head. I can't name
Think
them.
of it
but
like
I know
Narnia
who they are.
for like adults. Think
Or
of
Harry
like that.
Potter.
Okay.
For like,
Yeah, it's like that.
I'll Google it.
yeah, it's worth it because they go into a lot of stuff.
They go into the magical world called Fillory, and like
fucking Hillary.
Fillory, and it's supposed to be this magical place, but it then turns out to be dying because of this one kid, and he corrupts the system essentially, and all these different kids have to try to stop it. Definitely really cool. But you told me that you get to have a special treat right after the show.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So after the panel, they invited everyone to come to this after party, which was on a pier.
I'm so jealous.
Happy ending.
What's that?
Nothing.
Happy end.
He said happy ending. Continue.
Oh. But it wasn't right after the panel. It was a couple of hours after the panel had ended. So it was like 6 to 9. But long story short, I got to talk to the cast, have a couple of drinks with them, have a couple of oysters. I've never had oysters before, and I'm not religious, but I'm not allowed to eat shellfish. I had it for the very, very first time on that boat. I waited 2 hours to get onto the boat because they have
Shellfish?
No, to meet the cast.
Oh,
Not
sorry,
for the oyster.
sorry.
What's wrong with you?
Sorry.
no. But they they had free drinks, free food, and again you got to meet the cast and the pretty much the entire workforce behind the show. Oh, the ones who had arrived, because there wasn't just the actors and actresses, there was also the writers, the co-creators, like the makeup artists. Those were there as well.
This is the panel?
No, this was the after party.
Oh, I'm sorry.
From the people at the
I
panel.
blanked out. Okay.
Yeah, they were from the panel.
He just said that.
Yeah, well, you know, I blanked out.
Okay.
Just shut down for a bit.
Yeah, shut down for a bit. All right.
But they
Oh,
were
yeah, by the
really
way, thanks for
wonderful
hitting us back
people.
up. I appreciate that.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I
No,
did.
you didn't. I asked you to tell me if it did I say that?
No, I remember the text you
He
saying.
doesn't remember anything.
Miguel, did he hit him up?
I
you
did.
hit
So
you
was I
guys up?
talking on the phone?
Did
I was
I
like,
not
yo, let
hit
me
you
know
back
how.
up?
If
I
you,
mean, I feel like you hit me up when you told us that you weren't going to be up. So.
I called you afterwards. I was like, yo, where you at?
And I told you I'm going to the after party.
And I was like, yo, let me know if you can get in. So we'll probably go.
Oh, and you know what? Even if I had gone back to you, I wouldn't have recommended it. Only as far as that, I wouldn't want to be the person who would be the contingency on your entertainment. Because I did again wait there for like 2.5 hours. I know.
Okay, anyways, rabbit holing. I just wanted to throw you under the bus and part of the
Who's
show.
we rabbit holing?
Yeah, you caused it. No, you caused that.
It's you. He's entertaining your rabbit hole.
Yes, it is.
We're gonna have a rabbit hole logo on the
But
bottom.
I don't want to take up too much more of this this bit. But yeah, knowing that you can meet the cast members behind the shows you enjoy, taking selfies and talks like they were casual people, it really did make my Comic Con this year.
So overall, good experience.
Absolutely, my favorite Comic Con. I've been to maybe since maybe it's like 5 or 6 since it started, like in 2009. But by far,
you've been to 5 or 6 New York Comic Cons?
Yes,
I'm pretty sure it didn't start in 2009.
Do you know when it did then? Maybe 2006. I'm looking at a 6 or 9 on my head.
Okay. I could be wrong, but I feel like
That's fine. It's fine. You came since 2009. Just say that.
Yeah, I've been to like 5 of them.
I've been coming since a lot like earlier than that. But
oh yeah,
you're around me.
Yeah,
Go
exactly.
on with how you enjoyed your Comic Con. I want to go to.
He's a veteran. Just like that.
All right, is it going to be? We're going around the table.
Yeah, man.
Well,
You know, I'll skip him, man.
No, what? What you mean?
Go ahead.
Oh, man.
Go ahead.
Are you ready to talk about what you?
Yes,
I'm ready. I do. I have a lot of positives.
All right,
I had some negative. This is my actually second time going to New York Comic Con, so I had a lot of like things placed in my mind what I wanted to do. I brought a bag full of comics to get signed. I went down to Artist Alley the first day. I spent half of that day, like 3 to 4 hours in lines in Artist Alley, like you guys got to see. I met Chris Claremont, the co-creator of Punisher. I met Tom King, Scott Snyder. I met all these big creators in comic books. I met creator of Spawn. What's his name again?
06.
Todd McFarlane.
Todd McFarlane. Name escapes me. He signed 2 of my books. He signed one on Thursday, one on Friday. I explored the show floor. I got to meet with fans and talk to them about this podcast, my other podcast, comic books in general, and that atmosphere that you get at Comic Con is once in a lifetime kind of thing. Yeah, you get that family. Like you all know each other. You're all friends. You start seeing people that you've seen at other cons before, and so I'm starting to get more and more into that con route. I've been trying to go to more and more. I was like, oh wait, I met you at this one. They're like, oh yeah, how you doing? So it's just great to see that. I met a lot of creators and indie comic people trying to get into the universe, the comic universe, and just goes to show you how hard it is to get a comic book published because he has one published. Art's fantastic. It's about zombies and stuff like that, and he's still having a hard time getting over that hurdle. But he's still following his dream, and that was just very inspirational to me. It was like, wow, you're actually keep pushing forward. That is definitely a big message I took out of that Comic Con.
we should have got the name for the artist that we got. He is an amazing artist.
Okay.
But he doesn't have he hasn't been in a comic, but he's.
Oh, he hasn't?
I don't think so.
Nah, it was really good.
If you look at his work, there's nothing comic book related. He just takes popular characters and draws them.
Yeah, man.
So
and he's good.
Yeah, to the point where me and Miguel were maxed out, and we were like, "You want to have fun with the deal?"
We started going half on to get his
to get
stuff.
something.
Awesome.
You know what I mean?
He's really good.
But you got Thanos and Darkseid?
Yeah,
nice.
I've never bought villains. If you go to I have no posters with villains at all, and I bought Thanos and Darkseid because they were good.
Yeah, they were good.
They were good. But anyway,
one thing I was trying to get into some panels, and I downloaded the New York Comic Con app, and the 2 I really wanted to go to was Gotham by Gaslight, and I wanted to go to the Doomsday Clock event.
Yeah,
and they were full within 4 or 5 hours even before it
Doomsday
opened.
Clock was a ticket thing, right?
I
think Doomsday was a ticket, so we couldn't go.
A couple of them were.
Yeah.
And so he was talking to me about some of the panels he got in 10-15 minutes before. I was like, oh, that's crazy. I tried to show up to 3 hours and I couldn't.
But we got to the Batman panel literally by the skin of our teeth.
Yeah,
we all decided to go separate ways for different panels.
All right.
Me and Miguel oh, ours is right there. We stand online. 2 people stand behind us. Cut off.
They're like,
wow,
that's it.
Crazy.
That's it.
If we would have talked to you for 2 more minutes,
yeah, we would have been done.
Oh man!
But then we went to the Batman one, and I was upset because I was looking at the panels and other 2 panels that I wanted to go to at the same time. So they had I think what was it what was the panel? Black Comics or something?
Black Heroes Matter or something?
No, Black Heroes Matter.
They had the Black Heroes Matter panel, which I'm I wanted to go, and it was the exact same time as Batman.
Yeah.
And then I think half an hour into our Batman panel, they had the LGBT. Yeah, they had I forgot the name of it. It was LGBT something comics or in comics.
Okay.
And
So you not go to that one?
No, I missed it too because it was during the Batman one.
Yeah,
so.
see, that's the thing too. I would have gone to one of those too, but I felt Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Magicians, they were just more
higher priority for you to watch.
Yeah.
I definitely like I planned for this Comic Con. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna hit this artist, then this artist, then this artist, and I didn't plan as heavily for panels. And that's definitely something I want to recommend to you guys and to you guys right here. I mean, yeah, like we all got lucky. You guys got lucky getting into panels, but like I gotta start planning out, especially for myself. Like if I want to go to a panel, like that's what I want to do for that day. Make sure I get to it, come early, get it, so I get to experience
work
everything.
around it.
I work around it.
That's what I did.
Some of them I watched online.
Prioritize panels
Yeah.
over artists.
I watched like the Walking Dead one
artists
online. I
are
watched a couple of them.
essentially there all day.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
I didn't see Kieran Gillen and Jay McKelvey on Saturday. Like, oh, they're going to be there Sunday. I
Yeah.
couldn't care less.
Well, some artists are only there for
Kieran-
certain days at certain times.
Kieran
but
does
it's very rare.
Batwoman.
No, he does
Star Wars.
He used to do Young Avengers. He does Star Wars.
That's what it is. I heard the name.
Yeah.
There you go.
And he does his own comic, Wicked and Divine, which I would recommend if you like.
I've heard
If you
about
like
it, yeah.
indie comics, it's the most indie comic. It's like so far removed from like superhero comics.
Mhm.
It's like I don't know if you're or watch American Gods. It's
Oh,
more like that.
fantastic
Okay.
show.
Good show. Good show.
Good show.
No fake.
And then I learned a lot about more indie comics. So like third party, like Image, just like the wide selection that they have. Like I knew about them, but I didn't go too in depth. Like I met some of the artists on it, some of the writers. I talked to them about it. Talked to some fans about it. So I've definitely broadened my horizon in comics aside from like DC and Marvel, the main superhero stuff.
None of you read Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, do you?
I'm gonna start.
I
I need
stopped.
It's a good comic.
I heard
stopped.
very good.
I stopped,
Scooby Doo, I'm reading.
but
It's great.
I stopped, but they're
You guys
pretty
stopped.
good. Shut the fuck up. There's a Scooby Doo comic that they're
Scooby
like,
Doo Apocalypse
in
is my
space or something?
favorite. No, it's like
and like
it's
they have guns.
yes, it's
Okay.
Scooby Doo meets like The Walking Dead current times. One of my favorite comic books of this year. Like I talked to Jim Lee who created it. I was like, dude, I love this. He made me read it. It's dark. It's gruesome. They're killing monsters and stuff like
Is that is that the one like that? They all look pretty cool as hell. Like even Shaggy looks like
Yeah, he's like a hipster kind of
Yeah.
guy. Yes.
with the shades or
Yeah.
something.
If you're reading Scooby Doo,
That cover is the shit.
only 12 issues long, but the Flintstones was really good.
Was it?
They're making a Snagglepuss comic as well,
Okay.
but I would recommend reading.
It was a
the
mini
Flintstones.
series or a maxi series.
Well,
whatever
it was meant to be like a series, but they stopped at the because we weren't reading it. But it's one of those unsung like cult classics
Okay.
that I really enjoyed.
Definitely read it. All right, this ends part 1 of our Comic-Con review. Part 2, we're going to talk about their experience and everything they went through. We'll see you next time.
The Easy Fam.
Boom.
So Miguel and all right.
Oh, we should have done that.
Yeah,
Bye.
peace out.
We should've
Fucked
done
up.
that. I forgot.
Fucked up.